why I hate America. Why do I hate America, Lily? The country that gets made fun of other countries constantly. I'm wondering if Christopher Columbus can be an alien. I'm done. Because, in all actuality, the reason why I hate this shit is because of our regulation and government. I'm gonna let you know, America does not run off common sense. Now I'm saying this because I did the whole, tutorial where it comes to autism in the older brother, because the older brother is more intertwined in society due to playing basketball, literally, and actually knowing how the government works. 9 times out of 10, they're part of a gang that's a little bit more government oriented, which is blood. And what he knows, literally, is that everything I told you, literally, about Nas and how Nas was in the government and how Nas was Henry and how literally, when you do rap that works out, literally, like one of my favorite rappers, right, literally, is Chameleonaire, right? Literally, when you actually do play basketball, do rap that works out, literally, you could spit harder than Chameleonaire, but, he actually used a tool that I use. And that tool is to use straightforward rap over your brother's rap in order to get, real rap done. It's a way of presenting things adjacently. And the reason why I don't like this is how money is regulated in the U.S. is based off, autism versus how to make $1, 1,000, versus, actual shit. Because what they do, and I stated this earlier, in the internet chat, that, they use, a disabled person, in order to correct a gangster when a gangster is not, disabled. They're very able-bodied, literally, and, what happens, during this time is mental health. Try something at somebody who's in mental health who just yelled at his uncle. Newsflash, but that means, he recognized the world's bigger than his uncle. And what ends up happening, right? Literally, is they try to play him up a a principal, right? Literally, and he's beyond, street smart, right? Literally, so when he attacked his autism, right, they expect the same main things to happen. Oh, he's going to be complaining about pussy. Oh, he's going to be this, and that. Well, he's actually comfortable playing a video game because a rap battle league taught him how to play a whole video game through and through. Because, literally, if you haven't fucking noticed, if you look at a fucking rap battle, literally, you look at all the fucking outfits and see, and you do all your research, like, damn, that's a lot, outfits I did, from my research, literally. And then you think of the motherfucker, And the reason why I'm doing this is because the way that money is spent is irregularly, because you're always compared to something else. An Asian person who keeps a job for 35 years is compared to a rapper who has kept his job for 5 years. And it's really, really, really home fido because everybody wants to be a celebrity. And this happened, when we're in this filter of cringe, when there's shit on the Disney Channel like Big Sea of Greens, it looks like diarrhea. Literally, when you take, the aspect of rhyming this and that, and you give a rap battle leagues that belittle rap, that belittle, beautiful things in America, like going to Grand America, riding on roller coasters, etc., is where you get, the fucking beauty, and you take him away from it, and now he can craft shit on his own. You know why? Because you give him the same tools to become a real dollar paper, literally, and they aim for that when you're unbelievably handsome. I have one of my friends, died because he didn't think like me. When you keep thinking like a popular kid, Lily doesn't do anything. So you raise these girls like Deborah and Cindy, Lily fucking, you raise them to have dogs of government because they're both gonna be bloods, right? Lily, and they're both, you gotta have some standard to them. And what ends up happening is when you're trying to score, Lily, they don't believe in fucking scoring. Lily, they turn into hoes and prostitutes. Lily, and now they suit, the stereotype for autistic kids when they're real the whole time. If you talk to them, Lily, what I fucking do, Lily, they will strike forward. But no, you use it to manipulate it so the girls turn out to be a bad guys like Wooly when they think that's like the good kids. And it's really fucking stupid because the reason why is for everybody, Lily, to respect the nerd when they're a gangster, when they forget that a gangster's the one who influences them. Now I'm a victim of that. Lily, when I was, going through grade school, right? Lily, I think about it every fucking day. Lily, if I were a state of dirt and I was on my grind, I probably wouldn't get into problems like, Mr. Putzer correcting me how to draw. Because I'll be focused, on just anime, but life happens. Life throws you at you to a point where you get influenced by drugs. This, and that. And that's another thing about America. Mid versus high. They make sure that mid is so fucking content, literally do all this shit. Mid without recognizing that mid is mid. Literally, because to make sure in order to get something high, you have to ignore something that mid goes through. Like mid 9 times out of 10, Lily is a fan of progression like me. Lily that's just trying to play off the original fucking formula. And what ends up happening is you don't understand that somebody's doing blah, 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 and somebody's just doing blah, blah, blah. And they don't fucking get that. And that's the thing. So when mid gets the drug, literally, they support him every single way. They make him be his very, they do everything to make him follow his, family for domestic violence. They make him above people by making him dodge a bullet. They have people try the same old shit, in 10 years. Literally, they fucking, they put all his numbers on hold. They put him this, and that. Literally, they make him take medication. Literally, they have the uncle compared to a Viagra and it not mean shit, but then they stick in, a special busting that kid's big dick, farther down the timeline, and it pisses him off. Literally, if that's when he's not working, when people work on BET and shit. Literally, that's when he can fuck a Latina at will, and you treat him the fucking same. And that's all because you support something insane. And what ends up happening to people is people let go of the same token. Literally, look what they can do. Don't you think that's fucking even? If people don't think it's even, people think it's the last time because you were the one that actually, say your uncle Scar, you can do this now. Let me tell you something that has something to do, with our reality show. I'm gonna get to it, just a second, because the reason why I fucking hate America is because you turn, saying it to insane. So there's something I've been talking about on my channel. Really. If you watch all videos on my channel, they're not that many. Not next to Tekken 101. But there's a big thing. So one thing I want to state, literally, is that when Donald Trump was the president, during their first term, I saw, America transform into COVID. Why? Because I used to, go to, little conventions. I used to have revelations, in America. And this does have a lot to do with Japanese anime and how it's important because I had an abusive girlfriend, literally, right in the middle of me texting her, literally, or right after, literally, COVID-19 happened, back when this hit so My Hero Academia, that Americanized anime got more shirts and Hot Topic, literally did fucking everything, and they pretended that it was a coincidence. I'm like, fuck out of here. And what ends up happening, right? Literally is the exact same reason, literally, why you want him to fucking get into this coincidence. You make him go to the military, make him go to everything. Is the exact reason, literally, why it's ass. You have to understand that. Literally, when South Park talks about shit, it talks about the political up and down. You really have to do your research, literally, to understand what South Park is saying. Literally, in fucking Fat Cartman, literally, is a fucking spoiled kid that's white with diabetes. So, this is real, and that happened literally due to military America. So let's get literally big without being high. What was I? Literally, so I'm gonna talk about the hit show Naruto. So I'm not gonna go into sports, just yet. But why sports are good? Because what sports do is they make you think outside the situation instead of in, and that's also part of this video. If you make same people like your brother, or girl was standing in school, literally, if you have to think out in order to think in order literally to rise the standard above, but they make you think in like a fan progression of playing a video game, playing a video game like me, which most people, fall for, the Devario category, which most people, when they make you think in, because that's what autistic kid does. He goes into a subject, but when somebody tells him to go out and in, literally like how somebody does in a rap battle, he doesn't do it, and that's the thing, and that crumbles him, because that crumbles his standard, literally. And what happens, if you see on the outside, you call the flaw. That's the fucking formula, for autistic kid that gets filed for domestic violence, who gets the fucking real money, because welfare is equivalent to real money, because money is based off mentality in the United States instead of actual fact. I know how to spend real fucking money. I have girls, literally, I have guy friends, literally, that, literally, we go out, literally, we buy bumper, we go to the next store, we buy a couple of shirts, literally a fucking Hollister. I know all of that shit, and that's fucking illegal, and that's for an established white kid or the stereotype. But it's something within the stereotype that you don't know, literally. So you want to play this game with God that everybody's the fucking same, literally. When you see different shit happening all the time, but you want to keep it the same, literally. So like literally, thing is different for literally people who just want to do something quick and get caught up, but that was somebody who wants to change, like me. So anyway. I'm gonna talk about the hit show of Naruto. When I was a sick ass fight in the middle. So say Zaku, right? Literally, Zaku was throwing all these fucking air rays and this and that. I was the original way that they, progressed, in transition. And what ended up happening, right, was they ended up, making anime from full-on nerds to retarded people, which is what you do. The fucking people with some Asperger's, you refer them to fucking dyslexic people, and they learn how to bang it, and they learn how to become normal people, literally with their fucking shirt being fucking cuffed, literally with a fucking purple, a pink collar, literally with no jeans, literally with fucking sketches on their feet, taking care of somebody like fucking Alice, fucking literally with fucking hot cocoa, making sure everything is fucking in the house, including a big microwave. They make sure they do all that, literally, but beforehand, you make them go through hell, you're gonna go, through fucking everything and make sure they live the, the same life, so what happened was, I was one of the main fights in Naruto, right, that I was progressing, but I lost to somebody who really, I shouldn't say 10-10, literally, that's the problem behind this video. Scientists doesn't want me to say it all the way through. I just caught him off guard, at work, literally, it started like 10-10, right, kept on throwing ninja stars, but I kept on, rejecting him. I kept on rejecting. I kept on doing a big fight, right? So it ended up happening with the problem, my domestic violence, and other people, that are spoiled and white. Is that they didn't want to admit that fight was about power with inevitably to the end. Like, literally, a white person's more spoiled, this, and that. Literally, then I fell for, what it could do in the hood. Literally, when I was the original formula. That's my life story. Literally, and it was tragic because other white people got, to get more into Naruto. Literally, and I actually got hit with standard. Like, I wanted to draw literally anime. And the biggest fucking contradiction today that, hurts me, is that, I love anime. I still love cartoons to this day. But I didn't go to school how to draw. That's what happens literally when they give you a nigga mentality, literally they fucking you want anime somebody, I don't see you going to school for it. It's really fucking true, and they make it hurt. But what I caught them with is I caught them, being street smart. You compare me to somebody literally who made his whole cartoon, but literally as soon as he fucking made it, he went to jail. Literally that was my life story. Literally that's the whole fucking thing. So if you pay attention to my story and stuff, everything I say in the video, I'm like, that's on you. That's how I deal with you on the street. That's how I deal with fucking everything. You want to stay, arrogant to your belief. The other half doesn't mean anything. Okay, so what this is I'm telling you literally the fucking truth, and because my expected way is why I'm about to roast you. Okay, so I have an uncle named Tommy, right? We all have, a papa weave, uncle, that's a stereotype. But this fucking Tommy literally was the best in the fucking United States, because I want him to be Steve for American Dad. I want him to be in the movie Brick House Bandit, literally with that one protagonist who Demon Slayer, Tantro, and Yugi Mota, the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh girl, literally doing a tut in the movie. I want him to have the first movie based on all animes or all universes. Naruto was in there, this and that, and he's above that because he was in the military. That's what he does. Literally, if you fight your uncle and dad, that means he hits you with the whole Chris round of his military. So it's not illegal, because what this fucking did was my fucking revelation with my mom was back when I was a junior, how we have flip phones, now we have smartphones, and smartphones then turn to flying cars. So it's fucking out. I think this is an important video, because when I faced my mom, it's the first time this and this happened. Literally, I became Lil Wayne, a rapper on the radio. Literally, and all that fucking happened through my generation. I became, of age where it came to radio, my peers and everything. But what happened when I got in the hood is the government does some gay ass shit. Now, what gangsters don't for is going in between transitions. Literally, I started doing research for their autistic kid, like they have knowledge in between what their parents are saying, and the kid is socializing is that family is eternal. I'm like 9 times out of 10, the autistic kid doesn't like sports or doesn't like multi-dimensional things to get into. But then they make the government like, oh, every those multi-dimensional things get ate up by autism because it's everything in one line, instead of recognizing where everything has a different context. All right. So what I did, literally, when I got in the hood, literally when I say that, literally, like you're a fucking speech bubble that's literally in my fucking comic. After he stayed this and that about a random person having schizophrenia, guess what ended up happening? I ended up using his brother Sonny, Walter. Literally, I connected it to a fight that was boxing. I'm like, oh, there goes the Holy Ghost. This is that. Ho, but Sarah's fat ass could fit down the sleigh. Literally, I started, actually saying, big shit. I started saying, this and that. But what happened? When I started, actually, doing that shit. Literally, and plus, I was the best in a reality show, right? I was supposed to have my own anime. I have a girl, named Mariah. Lupus Snore, right? And that's what ended up happening. I had multiple girls literally that are pretty, that were just like her. Literally, some of them had wide lips, some of them had, chopped lips, some of them had this and that. I do taekwondo, I do martial arts, and every single night I do with her fucking ass literally. And then you held him to a fucking crackhead and make sure he didn't do shit. And that's why I fucking hate America. You see all those fucking contexts? That was the fucking epitome of fucking real life for the fucking Beast Boy. And because her ass was so fucking pretty, it was the less being that any fucking ass has been going through. And it pissed me off. Literally, and then I recognized the revelation about Naruto. Like, Naruto wasn't equivalent to things like sports and reading. Why, anime was still for, mental, kids with mental conditions. And then when I became popular with that leasing shit, where I had to sleazeball with my girlfriend, they made it just for retarded people. That's a big thing for this fucking video. So you want everything in, literally, in order for him to be tortured, this and that, so he can expand his fucking tools. But you want to criticism by somebody who ignores shit that goes around. Literally, that's a random Asian person that has a World Cup. And then when you have Base's uncle, literally, you have him, swipe, bop and weave, even if he knows Taekwondo, in order for a competition or to get in, just to get with your self-possessed and your science experiments, literally. And that's why I fucking pushed the issue. I'm like, yo, if you want to go to college, you have to make sure you know what you want. Literally, go to college to learn how to draw. Go to college for acts of graphic design. Don't go to college literally for fucking movie making like fucking me, literally, and be fucking off. All right, it's true. It's very fucking true. They defeat the purpose of fucking America for autistic kids. They do a whole fucking lot, literally. And I told them, literally, you want me to stop going in between, to stop asking, for something whole, not to be a catch curry too. And I tell them all that shit, literally. And when it comes to, why I hate America, is because it is just, one single file line, especially with Social Security. And you try, ignore it, and then you try to put the same criticism that can't fucking work. Literally, you ignore six pack, you have this and that, you have, somebody fight, random people like Samurai Jack, and I can't take it anymore, fucking after I put those chicken nuggets, in the fucking oven, really waiting for fucking producers, garbage, waiting till he was in the studio, they try to get away with some straight sport, how lesbian cops say, oh no, but it happened, this, that, and thought they were gonna get away with some excuse sport where he obviously has, connections to other rappers, and it pisses me off, and, the second time when Donald Trump came along, literally I was actually, more able-bodied, really able to play basketball, able to, skateboard, able to do everything, but, You started doing worse shit. You started, putting the stories on YouTube. You started having my auntie probably still be here at 27. You started, doing this, and that. And, what ended up happening externally is him being in control meant nothing. Back when I was rising, literally, him being in control meant everything. Or that's going to my mom's best doom. Literally, when she tells me about that parts about people like Martin Luther King and fucking Obama and shit, and I, blew up over Donald Trump, you automatically literally be arrogant in this video. But I'm like, fuck you. Fucking we all knew Obama was just a joke because he was black. What actually is, he's the foundation. It's very important to know, the first black person literally in office for the United States. This and that. Literally going down, further beyond him. Literally with fucking Justin. Literally what I actually had to view. No, he might win. No, he might win. Literally, Erickson told you for 1,000 times he won. That's what it is, and that's the thing. You don't want to get, that's why I tell Leslie comes every day, you don't want to get to the point, literally, while I'm ignoring fucking Jenny, standing, not fucking drawing anime style fucking high school at critical ages like 16, but you want to inflict shit literally at like a mental condition after, big marvelous things like my uncle being Steve for American Dad is established. It pisses me off, Literally, then I figured out how fucking football works. Literally, you betray football. Literally, you do everything to fucking sit on this again, all because this is a man for a generation. I'm like, man, you need to get over this shit. Not just fuck you, but fuck you and fucking everybody. Fuck your shoes, fuck your couch, fuck this fucking country. Because other countries is asking with pushing, and the only difference between, American nowadays and the other things is I can fucking get a burger. I can get fast food. I can get things that literally fucking, other places can't get, intricacies where, other places literally are on their feet with fucking sandals. What fucking is the difference between on your feet and sandals literally instead of the fucking garbage mentally tormenting you, literally, and make you fucking think that fucking Dragon Ball Z is this and that, and that's the thing, literally, fucking, they align with the full fucking story, but they stick it standard, and it pisses you off, fucking, and then they make the game subjective. They make the game literally a table for a fucking human, not but a gangster, because a gangster, what I told you again, is a fucking monster. He can catch the game every time. He can do this and that, because it's a oblivious situation. You're a human. You ask for something legitimate. You ask to breathe. You ask to not get, the game every single time. It's crazy, that's why they make job subjective, and, that's the biggest fucking thing. But keep on comparing the autistic kid to his cousin. Literally, fucking when he goes all out, literally when he gets legitimate fucking friends, guess what you put them in? Literally, you put them in a fucking fraternity. You put them in, a 10-year fucking sentence with your fucking uncle in the fucking clearance, all because he has swagger, all because he fucking has sex. I told you, get over sex, and they recognize literally everything's on watch. Everything's on watch is recognizing that sex made him homeless. Fucking recognize literally instead of boosting that rapper, make him recognize that he has multiple kids and fucking he's in debt. He doesn't have money to take care of them. Literally, make him recognize that he's an absolute fucking deadbeat instead of putting him in the fault. Literally, you make him use the black line. That's the only way to score, by the way. Literally, you make him use this and that, and you're just fucking oblivious to the situation. And that's why literally I keep on lying literally with fucking anime mixed millions where you fucking call out the truth in the anime and started with your uncle in the backyard. And it's stupid. It's very fucking stupid. Really, they learn how to take charge, they learn how to do fucking everything. And the reason why they treat you like that is because you rape too oftenly and you don't want anything out of life, literally. But what's the catch story too? Literally, me not going to college, literally. You have the right to attack me like the military, literally, because I made the decision to be a nigga, literally, and that's slavery. And that's why literally one of my biggest influences on YouTube, Young Pharaoh, not the Pharaoh, but Young Pharaoh, literally said, "Wow, Luther King is a dumbass. He gave us, voluntary slavery. We used to be involuntary, literally, because everybody, including white people, is broke out here because they make all money equivalent to autism." Well, hallelujah. And fucking, and then you don't give autism a chance. You make money for people who die. If they don't die, go through hell, or the same hell again, twice. Not like Jesus. Jesus got his hell one time, literally, he's out. But before I get started, literally, fucking, that's all for this video. Let's be real, this video came from, more events that had to do with, people trying too hard to fit into this day, which I find ridiculous, literally, since I had anime and manga, literally, once I finally got some, once I was finally, not held to my, urges as a human, literally, once I finally got past hormones and all that shit, literally, I find it fucking ridiculous, because the shit you're doing isn't creative at all. You try again, people like fucking Ans, Pants, Troy for fucking 7, literally, you don't fucking think twice, literally, all you fucking do, literally, is think about, how to fit in, this is that, well, way fucking past that, and that's what, a part of that is, but guess what you do? You get all these dumpster truck people, literally, all these people with crowbars, literally, to enclose my statement, literally, to fucking thirst over her pussy, literally, when I can get out rule, I'm like, stop being an idiot, literally, and start actually recognizing that the XYZ, literally, the shit that I have, with anime, literally, is way more complex. How you're coming out woman, and when they deny that fucking sex is the greatest feeling in the world because you're an organism and you have an orgasm, Lily, I'm like, yo, fucking enough with the fucking hair, enough Lily with touching material, after you have sex, Lily, just think about it, Lily, your dick gets hard, Lily, your penis has a chemical reaction to her vagina, Lily, and what happens is, Lily, when you mate with the opposite sex, therefore, Lily, an orgasm comes out of your penis, Lily, when it's turned on, therefore, in order for sex not to feel good, the penis has to not get hard in order to get in the vagina. Makes you forget that you're a natural being. This is even worse. Guess what? I ran a reality show with 2 cartoon episodes that enclose openings like boxing and a fight. So to the point where people think that they can fucking run the fucking shit. Oh, I'm gonna be best. Lily, I have to find some way to be Eris. Lily, try to find Chicos and shit while I'm the one who actually watches anime. It pisses me off. Lily, I'm like fucking all this fucking time. You think and that's where blood got too far. This propaganda and sex team got way ahead. You thought you could beat an actual nerd in a fucking anime show. I'm done. I have unanimous reasons for making this video, and it has to do with, the American school curriculum system that goes around. People having to be defeated, people have to be in debt, people have, been regular classes, actually met critical standards that went to jail, lately, that are now, food for government or to inspire, autistic kids to be a fucking hero. Was clear as day, Lily, when they were in, middle school, that, after they got a spanking, Lily, that they wanted to be bad, that they wanted to be ghetto, and that bad was being more rewarding. That's part of the Bible. Lily, the devil makes them more rewarding, this, and that, when we have, unorthodox morons, Lily, like, people standing up for gay people, LGBT, over people standing up for our gag people like fucking Neo and Ice-T. How does Martin Luther King feel about gays? Because we all know gay is a mental condition on paper, but we don't prescribe anything for it. That's funny. Let's be real, the older brother wouldn't be shit without nods of Crips and Bloods. This is Moldum Lily is their equivalent to artistic person, but his intuition isn't. I'm gonna make a video about that, further on. People don't want to believe that intuition was the exact difference between regular kid, a special ed kid, and there's a lot of things, Lily, like a woman, Lily, when you said, Lily, you want to get better at something without practicing. Why don't you practice on this dick? Say this because the results of my training, Lily, all turned out to be good. Less debt than everybody else. Lily, I got my life back together, at 30. Lily, got a car at the end. Lily, as dysfunctional as it may be, mom's still promising a car. I'm talking about social media. I had tons of success in life. I actually did a lot before 30, all because I only have Asperger's, and Asperger's is the theme of, Lily, why I'm making this video, because how, America changed over time versus how I analyze the situation. That's how I kept up to par. Now, Lily, we all go through a phase, Lily, when we're a beef jerky dad. When we think we're dead people, we're working, with big multi-billionaires. We're from mob by strategy for pattern recognition, Lily, and I'm trying to tell you, Lily, exact same reason why you gave me criticism, why I got my life together, is the exact same reason why, me having Asperger's comes into play, because we all had, schizophrenia before. We all, Lily, fucking have been in delusion. Lily has been spanked by reality, by either a girl or, something we committed. What ends up happening, like how I told you, how people just pass up the envelope, Lily, they just, repeat what's on paper, Lily. You got in between, Lily, explain you have Asperger's, Lily, and what pissed me off is, I hung around with models, people, Lily, that look like Deborah, Lily, and just wanted to hide, Lily, and it got in the way of me actually just having Asperger's. I only support schizophrenia and don't pass it on paper, because matching the original continuity versus being your own little world is what Asperger's talks about, Lily. I'm up to date, Lily, when it comes to National Geographic, when it comes to cooking, dating, Lily, knowledge of, musicians, history, Lily, all that shit, Lily. I was able to catch up for everything. I'm still in the board of education right now, Lily. I'm able to face the whole America with intellect, Lily, all because I just have Asperger's. As far as being a gigolo stripper on Instagram, I feel like, Lily, everybody has to sell themselves, whether it's at work or with your children. There's a thing about wrestling, Lily, that's an aspect that's real, that the brother knows is fake, but, becomes real over time, because it's still, a crafted sport, Lily, that has rehearsals. I'm about going to, foreign places like, Hula, Hawaii. One big thing, Chicago being the main industry and favorite thing. Seeing through all the bullshit and recognize why other countries are slightly right, but, unless you are a full race, that's the beauty about America, it's not all races, live in one. We cut America short with this new shit with the PS5, Lily, when there are short stories on Instagram, Lily, when there are things that we don't defeat the purpose, when we see our abusive girlfriend, Lily, on the news, Lily, in the background, when we have people just nod their head and keep going, Lily, when we just have enough to survive, Lily, we don't have emphasis on anything in society. That's what kills us. But anyway, I don't think you get it, Lily. India is gay and Eris is conceited.